Yeah, thank you for staying there and staying tuned. Please click the like button and follow the Punchline Podcast with Lawrence Seretse. Now on this segment, I'm with Mr. Walter Smith, who is the sales director at Ker Downey, which is one of the longest and oldest safari companies in Botswana. It was established in 1958, and it's how many years has it been?
Oh, I think we've all lost count. So 45. Hello, Lawrence. Good morning, and thanks for the invite.
Yes.
Like really good to come and have a conversation with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Ker Downey Botswana started off in Kwai. Actually, was the first camp was up in near Kwai village.
How many camps do you have now?
At the moment, 5.
5.
So yeah,
we have Kwai and.
No. So we have Shindi, which is our flagship camp.
Yes.
Kanana, which is on the western side of the Okavango Delta.
Okay.
Okuti in Moremi Game Reserve. It's in the Kakanaka area of Moremi Game Reserve. And then Dinaka on the edge of the Central Kalahari Game Reserve. It's a Kalahari property.
Okay.
It allows for us to combine different environments, different ecosystems, different activities and so on to be able to cater for the guests traveling to the destination.
Oh, fantastic. What stands out with these different camps?
So I think the whole ethos around Ker Downey is maintaining a safari experience based on the traditional values of what safari was. The camps are all luxury camps. They're all graded 5-star by Botswana Tourism Organization. But the luxury lies in the experience more so than the physical room and the food on your plate and so on. That forms an element of it, but very much the experience. So you take Shindi, for instance, you've got a variety of activities that can happen once you're staying there as a guest. Game drives, night drives, mokoros, boating safaris, walking safaris, and you can combine all of them into one. Flexibility, but you are within a private concession area, which allows for you to move freely and allows for you to be able to apply these activities and the guest experience. So luxury actually comes in the experience that the guest has by the time that they depart. And we, just over the years, have learned how to refine that in terms of our product offering.
Oh, quite interesting. But today, obviously, we are here in the ITB Berlin.
Yeah.
And I've been engaging with you, and I saw you interacting with a lot of customers and potential tourists who are going to come. What does it take for one to prepare for an event like this and come and set up here?
Lawrence, I think the general perception out there, especially with the new entrepreneurs, the young people that are coming into business, that are trying to establish a tourism product, very much do not take into consideration how am I going to market, how am I going to position, how am I going to put my product out there in the marketplace.
Yes.
They get the funding, they decide on the business idea. Their first initial expenditure goes straight into vehicles or into buildings so they're sitting there with a product.
Okay.
They built the product and they go, but why have I not got any customers? ITB creates a show like ITB.
Yes.
Creates the perfect platform for you to strategize and to put together your customer base to supply business to your product.
How do you do that? I mean, I heard you saying that this will be your 28th.
ITB. That's correct.
I mean, you are running out of ITBs probably. How do you do that? How does a new operator learn how to put together meetings when they don't have connections in Europe or in different places?
Yeah, there's various ways. You need to prepare who you are. So a little brief on what your product is, how you position it, what type of customer you're looking for, and trying to match that with agent profile. So it takes a bit of research, it takes a little bit of connection to be able to determine which tour operators. So we had a travel trade show here at ITB.
Yes.
This show is about the travel trade. There are no consumers here. Everybody who's walking around here, you've seen how busy it is, especially the last 2 days.
Yes.
These are all tourism industry professionals. You've got to be professional about the way that you approach them if you're wanting to grow your business, and if there's an expectation from your side that you're wanting to establish a relationship to be able to do business. So your approach is very important before you even travel. It's pointless coming to ITB, sitting here at a desk going, everybody else around me is so busy, but I don't have any appointments.
Yeah.
You know, because you've made no effort. You have not researched the market. You have not climbed into establishing who
And exactly
might
the
be
people
there,
you want to engage
and then
with
sending
and why.
them a professional email 2 months in advance going, I am going to be there. This is the product offering. If you have time, can we make an appointment to meet with you at 11:30 or at 12 o'clock or whatever on this particular date? And then you make sure you are there.
Quite insightful.
It's
Quite
all
insightful.
about professionalism. And then you meet with them. And you've got to find out about that agent's business. How does that person's business work to be able to pitch your product and find a way that you can do business together? That's what the sales and the marketing is all about. It's about establishing those relationships, understanding who your customer is before you've even met them.
But what exactly, in the context of Botswana in general, Ker Downey is obviously an operator in Botswana. What exactly are you selling to them? How are you enticing them? What are you asking from them?
Firstly, relationship. So the German-speaking market specifically, so this is Germany, Austria, Switzerland. There's quite a big Dutch contingency here this year from Belgium. Generally, they are the market that are here at ITB.
Okay.
There's one thing I can tell you in my years of doing business in this market is they are very loyal.
Okay.
So first you've got to prove yourself. Once you've established relationship, doesn't mean because you met them here, tomorrow there's going to be people walking through your door to come and experience your product.
You have to put in hard work.
There's usually a 2-year period from first contact. Do they produce a brochure? How do they market? How can you support them to be able to market your product in the way and to the place that they market?
Yes. Okay.
And from there, you establish relationship.
Yes.
And should they get the right type of inquiry for the right type of client that wants to come and travel to Botswana and experience your type of product, that's where they match it. That's where they fit it. But you got to build that trust relationship first.
Okay.
They're not just going to, I was at ITB and I met a travel agent and now my guest house is going to be full.
Okay.
Doesn't work like that.
I'm going to double back a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit.
How is Swan? Just a little bit.
No.
How many years have you been in Botswana?
33.
33.
Yeah.
So, you've had Pani, right? Mupani worms.
Yes.
What do you think of it?
What I think of Mupani worms?
Yes.
Well, I first experienced Mupani worms in Zimbabwe, to be honest.
Yeah.
So as a young boy traveling with my family on a holiday to Zimbabwe.
Okay.
I eat them, but I won't fall over my feet to run out and go and buy Mupani worms to eat. Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about Ker Downey's conservation products.
So Ker Downey Botswana is part of a collection of businesses that sit within the Chobe Holdings group. All right. Chobe Holdings is possibly the most successful tourism-related company listed on the Botswana Stock Exchange. And the reason we listed, and we did this almost 17 years ago,
Yes.
I think, was to create a platform for Botswana to invest in a growing tourism industry.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's surprising. I know you asked me about conservation. I'm coming around the corner to answer you.
following.
But what is surprising is possibly the largest shareholder is the Botswana Government Workers Pension Fund. So that's actually who I work for.
Yeah, people.
Within the Chobe Holding structure,
Yes.
which includes Ker Downey Botswana, Desert and Delta Safaris, Safari Air, Northwest Air, Chobe Game Lodge, and other businesses, tourism related. Within that structure, we have an entire environmental department that work tirelessly every day. Water monitoring, power monitoring, closed circuit sanitation plants. We do not want to put a drop of grey water back into the environment. At some of the properties like Dinaka, which is a private reserve sitting on the northern part of the Central Kalahari Game Reserve.
Yeah.
Obviously, your conservation team there looking after the animals are quite active.
Yes.
And then there's the sustainability point of it.
Yes.
So conservation in terms of environment, very important to us. And we've actually got a department that looks after it all the time.
Yes.
Sustainability in terms of a business, in terms of benefiting the community around you.
Yes.
I don't think there's a company in Botswana that has got anywhere near what we have done in terms of the upliftment of Botswana into the tourism industry, the training, the development, the creating opportunities for people to grow, support to schools. I think we adopt 3 schools at the moment as a company. Kumaga Primary School, Sadia Secondary, and there's another one that sits within the group.
Yes.
Ker Downey specifically.
Yes.
We have a give back within every booking that we make. We take a portion of the booking and we support Banabala Tsatse,
Yes.
which is a organization looking after children in Maun.
Yes.
There are a whole lot of products and a whole lot of support systems where our corporate social responsibility spans across both environment and community. Because without community and without education, we will not have a product in the future.
Yes, yes. That's quite amazing. That's quite amazing. So, but basically, tell me about your experience this week in the ITB and the benefits and what you have been able to gain out of this. And as a parting shot, also just explain to Botswana how they can reach Ker and Downey and be able to gain from your products.
Yeah, okay, very much so. So this ITB was really good for us.
Yes.
Coming into this ITB, I think we were well prepared. We walked in with a very structured appointment schedule. We presented ourselves professionally to make sure that we were there on time. We were there to meet with the people that we had engaged with and invited.
Yeah.
And we were disciplined in the way that we did it. So that's key.
Yes.
Free time doesn't work in a structured market like this European market. You make an appointment. If it's at 11:30 to 12, you make sure that you are there 11:30 to 12 to engage. That's how you gain respect here, which was really good. And we were busy. And we had met with some of the key operators within the destination because we had done our preparation well in advance. We were prepared to come to ITB. We were focused. We knew what we wanted to talk about. We knew how we wanted to present it. We had practiced it so that it fits within that half an hour slot. And so I've got Boy Kano here on the stand with me, an amazing young Botswana woman that I'm going to assist and help her grow so that she can ultimately get out there and ambassador the product for us around the world. It was fantastic to share this ITB with her and just go through the processes so that she understands it. I certainly believe that she's a foot further down the line in terms of that type of thing. So yeah, and our meetings were good. And there's a very, very positive outlook for Botswana in terms of how the marketplace is communicating to us. We've got a good product. They're comparing it in terms of African destinations to Kenya, for instance. and they're all upset now because the government in Kenya, without notice, hiked the park fees, where everybody's brochured the park fees for the 24-25 year out of the blue last week. Pushed their park fees up by $200 per person per day.
Jesus.
And they're all going to lose business, and Kenya ultimately is going to suffer.
Jesus.
So there's a positive.
So this gives us a competitive edge.
It gives us the
basically, in
competitive edge, especially at a show like this,
Yes.
where they're getting the bad news,
Yes.
and they come and walk onto a stand like ours, which
And
I
we're
think
giving
is
them the good
amazing.
news.
Yeah,
Yes.
and all credit to Botswana Tourism Organization. Like, they really put together a wonderful little stand for us this year, and
Yes.
it was fantastic to do business here.
Yes.
They made it comfortable for us to engage professionally to be able to do our business.
Ah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so those looking for more information on Ker Downey Botswana can obviously go to our website,
Yes.
which is www.kerdowneybotswana.com. We are based in Maun. So if you arrive in Maun at the airport, you go 200 meters up the road. The Chobe Holdings office complex is there.
Yes.
And that's where we are. And from there, our products actually sit out in the middle of Mohobo and all these other beautiful places in Botswana. And that's how we get to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. I think next time I meet you, will be right at your doorstep.
You
and
must
we'll
come
be having
visit.
coffee.
Yeah, fantastic. Lawrence, listen, all the best. I wish you all the best with your podcast. And I think it's just wonderful that you're making this effort to try and educate Botswana about how important this industry is to everybody in the country.
Indeed.
And I think you're doing a great job with it. So thank you very much. And I appreciate the opportunity to get to speak to you today.
Indeed.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Walter. You're far too kind.
Yeah.
All right.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Cheers.